In my zone, boy, that song, it just gets me hyped.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? And welcome to this episode of Crucial Convos, where what's real
will be talked about. I am your host. She is your host, F.L.O.R. This is I Emery with the toothpick. Oh, God, that was horrible.
First off, y'all, let us just say, we coming off of a crazy ass weekend.
Listen here, a whole good time.
Like, who'd have thunk that in my 40s, I was capable of the things that we created over the weekend. Like, we had so much fun, y'all.
That was a whole thing. I agree. I do agree.
What's up, Kennedy?
Hey, what's up, Ken? She on already? Look at that. Look at that on time.
So, what we did do was we uploaded a lot of videos, reels, pictures. Like a lot of that was uploaded to the Female Mentality. So if y'all get a chance, go check it out, like it, share it, comment. Like it was a vibe. And I don't drink, right? Like I don't drink, right? But something went on this weekend to where I was incredible hawking that shit.
Oh my mama.
It was like Casamigos is my drink. Like that's my drink, right? So I think I had 4 bottles of that. Then we had mimosas. Then we had jungle juice. Each day it was a different jungle juice.
What pairs with this jungle juice?
Yo, and she won't tell us what's in it. You know what she say?
Jungle.
And juice.
And juice.
Like that's what's in the jungle juice.
In that order.
And she put some sweet good shit in it. So we just kept downing it like it was just like it was juice. And it was clearly about 7 different liquors, I'm sure.
I don't know what was in there. She probably had some doggone gin in there.
Ain't nobody get rowdy though.
That's true.
Ain't nobody get rowdy. Like everybody vibed out. Everybody got along. Like dinner was amazing. Couldn't nobody play my murder mystery game, y'all. We was too faded.
Waited too late. We waited too late.
We was way too faded. Couldn't do nothing.
Over by then. It was too late.
But we had an absolute blast.
And I got a chance to finally meet Eric.
Yep. Eric and Emery I got to meet Shamara and Vernisha.
Hey, and then they won't be on tonight.
No. Okay.
I forgot something's going on. I forgot what it is. I'm still finna text them. They need to get on.
I got to meet them. That was a vibe. Like that was so dope. Man, it was just cool just to chill with my people and be comfortable with my circle and laugh. And we laughed so much, and we all naturally loud, so that was fun within itself. Dancing and talking and eating, and it was just amazing.
It was. We had a ball.
It turned out exactly how I had planned it.
We had a complete ball, and we celebrated your birthday. That was the most important thing.
Yep, we did.
And another couple days older. Look at God.
Getting older. I feel it sometimes.
Is this Paris talking about this jungle and juice? I can hear her voice saying that.
It's jungle and juice. She's just rude and disrespectful. She didn't care if we. But it was just good. It was just good. Like it was so nice. But back to the business. So, could relationships / marriages survive infidelity?
You know, that's a big question, man.
Not really.
That is a big question. I love it, though. I love these hard types of conversations. They're hard. You know, it makes you have to really consider everything. And
right,
I think
and
this is a question. Not just how you feel or from your perspective, none of that. It's like everything. I really feel like we should be able to survive anything, including infidelity. But the way the jungle juice of life is set up, I don't think it's the thing. Oh, my G, what's up, Ned?
What's up, baby?
I don't think we can. I'm like, there are some examples. Clearly, there are some exceptions, I'll say, but like broad spectrum, 2022, no, ma'am.
You don't think so?
Not people on our level who ain't filthy rich. If you're filthy rich, it's like almost understood.
Hey, Shamira.
Hey.
Okay. I was just talking about you. So for me, I feel like it's possible, but it's gonna be a lot of work. Like the female is gonna always throw in his face what it is that he done, and the dude is just gonna always question her whereabouts. If she want to go somewhere with her girls, or if she just want to go somewhere. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so then that's when I kind of look at it like, is it really surviving it?
So there is. So I would even. I don't know. I feel like you can. You know what I'm saying? Like there's. I'm so back and forth. I'm gonna still say no, but we should be able to. You know what I'm saying? It's like after that trust is broken, it's extremely hard. It's even next to impossible to get back.
But then, okay, so it's like I could say my trust was broken with you or with my partner because we always use each other. I could say my trust is broken with you because you went through something and didn't come to me to talk to me about what you went through. So I can still say, you cheated on me in the sense by trusting somebody else with that conversation versus coming to me to chop it with me. You feel what I'm saying? So
I do.
It's just kind of like, well, shit, like.
Well, then there's a reason why, as my wife, I couldn't come to you.
So it's like what I didn't allow you to be. So, okay, what I didn't allow you to be comfortable within me?
Or your typical reactions to if I'm having a day or if I'm stressed or if I get my stuff going on is normally, oh, you'll be all right. Or I don't get the nurturing that I need in those moments because you expected me to be, daddy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I'm happy.
And if it's warranted or fair or not, I didn't come to you for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a reason I didn't come to you. And like if you can't be my peace, I was just talking to a good friend of mine earlier about that. Like I be needing that, I need that peace. And if you can't give it to me, I'm not saying it's right to go out and look around, but that is one of the options that become an option when before it wasn't. So because I can't come to you, or because if I do, you're gonna ostracize me, or you're gonna make light of it, or you're gonna make me feel like I'm oh, man up, or whatever, whatever the vibe is. Something made me go to this other person. You know what I mean?
I just okay, yes, I know exactly what you're speaking of, but this is when I feel like, how can I word it? Like you, for example, very forward, blunt is what it is. So you can be you, right? And I'm to accept you for being you. So if you go through something and didn't, and when you come to me and talk to me and I say, well, dang, like, man, if you would have looked at it this way, instead of this, like if I gave my input and you didn't want it, that still in a sense shut me down from who I am. Like that still shouldn't allow you. No, you don't think so?
Maybe, I mean, I see it, but like not really. Because like, if you're not giving me the stuff I need in that moment, and this is a very touchy subject because guys don't talk like this openly because it's just not received openly. It's received like, oh, man up, you want to be treated like a woman, you know. But there's a reason why men want feminine women, feminine women, especially in those types of moments. That's what we usually need. We don't necessarily need a fix from you, not necessarily. In those moments, at least. In those moments, rub my head. For me, rub my head. Let me get it all out. You be like, yeah, I feel that. I can see that. I don't know about that, but yeah, I can see how you came up with that. You know what I'm saying? In that moment, I need that. Have you ever seen that that meme where it's like the Incredible Hulk and this little bitty girl touched his shoulder, and then the next she was hugging his neck, and then by that third one, he was hugging her and coming down and down and down. In a bunch of cases, if you're like that side chick's gonna be that. You used to be that. You know what I'm saying? But life has smacked us both. I'm not even blaming you per se. I'm just saying life has smacked us both. So we're kind of not in that place no more. And this other chick randomly was just there like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's right or fair. But I think that's kind of how it could be in a lot of instances.
All right, let's hop into.
I know what's up, Denise.
Shamar, well, we just said that we had met. You came out. You and Renisha came out to hang with us. We weren't fucking trash with you, girl.
You know about Nene though. She ain't show up.
I'm not like it. I ain't gonna do. Yeah, I broke it.
I said it.
It was crazy. It was hangover style. Even if you forgive, you won't forget. Wow. And I think the hurdles they will put up to test you may not be worth it. There was a reason they stepped out in the first place. So that's the angle I'm coming from, Denise. It's not like it's right or fair that he or she stepped out. But in most cases, there is a reason. All of it's not just because the nigga can't keep his stuff in his pants. No. Although that's one as well. That's a reason as well. For sure. But every reason, every breakdown in communication isn't that. Because I also believe somewhere we get selfish. It's like you could be doing everything right, and I don't want to come to you because I know your play. I know how you gonna play it, and I don't want to hear that this time. So I go do something else. It's not right. Definitely not excusing. But I believe that happens too. But that's when I honestly that's when I just feel like niggas be sensitive, like that ass. See? That's where it comes. I know. I'm just saying because for you to get to it's a lot of times I don't want to hear what the fuck you gotta say, but you don't shut the fuck up. You still give it to me, even when I tell you not right now. Hit me later. Yeah, but. So that's when we talking about. Or you always talk about the double standard. That's the double standard, my G. It is. But I don't disagree with the double standards. I think they're in place for a reason. I think that the double standards are okay. Depending on what the standard double. Just overall. I'm not saying that they're fair, but I think that because we're different. So you won't watch a movie for the same reasons I'm watching a movie, per se. You know what I'm saying? Like if we watching, let's say, a girly movie, you might cry. This is a good storyline, whatever. I'm looking at the chick, how fine she is. Sure. I'm listening to the movie, the score, and seeing how how it's weaving through. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how we approach everything in life. So like when dating, there's double standards. Like I was saying the other day, if a woman don't want a short man, that's her preference. If a man don't want a fat lady, he's discriminating. You know what I'm saying? That is a double standard, but it is what it is. I just acknowledge them. I don't necessarily think it should change. I think we all need to accept that there are some double standards. So that's my angle when it comes to double standards. It ain't cool per se, but it is a part of life. But I think that's why. What's happening? I know, right? I think that's why a lot of it is, as hard as it is, because some individuals look at it logically, some individuals look at it emotionally. You feel what I'm saying? So no matter how they address it or approach it,
right.
In their head, it's okay because of the way they look at certain situations. If you cheat, it's a wrap because I ain't going to ever see you the same. And I'm not about to babysit the rest of our relationship. And furthermore, whatever caused you to cheat is where you need to be. All right, so I think what a lot of people fail to realize is you're gonna have piles of shit in whatever relationship you get into. It just depends on how big your shit pile is, in my opinion. Can't nobody do for me what Eric has done for me. Can't nobody do for Eric what I've done for Eric. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of times I tell y'all, if we was to ever break up, I would always be there for him. So it would be hard for me to have another relationship with any man because a real man ain't going to accept me being there for my ex-husband. It's not going to happen. But I know that now. You feel what I'm saying? So there is, to help me raise my kids. So I would never get in a relationship because he's going to consider that infidelity, me going to see my ex-husband, thinking that something's going on, even if it's not, but just emotionally because I'm there for him, that's going to be uncomfortable for this new person.
Thanks.
Like, it's just, that's what it's going to be. So the things that we've been through over these 20 years, it's worth me continuing to see what it's going to play out to, because now our house of our marriage is almost fully built. Like we're building that second story because we're no longer just solely parents. We're now just husband and wife. So our second story is being created, and that first story got some crooks and crevices throughout the foundation of it, but it's still strong. So I can't just be like, if he cheat, then it's a wrap. Like, I can't just say that. I can't. It's gonna be hard for him. Oh yeah, it's gonna be hard.
So I think there's a spot for the exile moment, or the doghouse is what's commonly called, for the cheater. But that can't be forever. I think what ends up happening in a lot of cases, I would say in a lot of cases, is the cheater, and let's just speak about guys and girls from my standpoint. I cheat on you.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Because my pros outweigh my cons. Because that was a mistake. And I need to now figure out why that mistake was created. Because again, it's something that I done to push him out there. That's just the reality of it. Men, women, whatever. That's just the reality of it. So if I care, if I really give a fuck like I say I do, I need to put myself in a position of shutting up and listening. Because I've talked too much. You feel what I'm saying?
That's the part you don't agree with. I would also say, Stan, you don't leave because you're not happy. That is stupid. That's dumb. Because it's not about your happiness, because happiness goes up and down. It's not even because you get disrespected. Like, I do believe that we have really lost what the word love means. Love is long suffering. It's not going to be sweet. You're not going to be able to put all the moments on Facebook and get likes. Or you won't get people around you who's going to agree. They're going to be people around you telling you ought to live it. Stuff like that.
You're going to go crazy after a while, yo.
You will, because it's not about if you're happy. we're on a mission. So we hook up, we get married. Our mission is down the street. We got to get there. Along the way, there's dogs in the alley. There's, there's short, big booty women in the alley. There's tall, chiseled men, whatever you like in the alley.
Dance song.
All that's in the alley. All that's on the road to our destination. You know what I'm saying? And then once we get there, we chill out and we rest and we gear up for the next one. Right. You know what I'm saying? But because we're so, I want to say, enthralled with the idea of us being happy, that once we're not, we out. I've tried this, I've done a little bit of that, I've done a little bit of that, because in our minds, we're entitled to things going well. And that was what I say is also stupid for us to be believing that. Right. I know, go ahead.
I was going to say the reward comes from the work you've put in.
Yeah.
So it's not going to just be, boom, it was good, now it's bad, I got to go. No, you're going to see the blessings of your marriage once you've put that work in. That's when God is going to reward and continue to bless your marriage.
You got to look back at those rewards, because in the moment you won't see them. Mm-hmm. And so are you going to act like they wasn't there? Because you mad now, or you sad now, or and don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have your standards, but I do believe in my soul, especially for women, that most of the boundaries, as far as just like that they have now, are based off what other niggas did, and they haven't fully healed. They've gotten to maybe a little better place, but they haven't healed from it because we have put too much, in my opinion. We've put too much into our personal happiness, as if that's like as if life is fair at all.
Right.
If we think, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I really feel like our minds are kind of twisted. Like, life is really not cool for most of the people on the planet. So if we can have moments where it is cool, embrace it, enjoy it. But don't expect it to be like that the whole time through, because you're going to continually be hurt, embarrassed, sad, mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's supposed to be ugly sometimes. And that's what I mean. I'm not sure if we truly remember what love is. And we talk about this unconditional love that none of us have towards our mates or our spouses or our people. Unconditional. Think about that. If you break the word down, no conditions. So nothing can stop your love. We don't have nothing closer. The closest we have to that, I would argue, is to our kids. And that's not fully there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if it's true that love has conditions, then that means you're gonna do this. You're gonna ebb and flow. But what tends to happen, in my opinion, that I've seen, is the emotional aspect will outweigh the logical aspect. And because your emotions in that moment are so real to you, that's all you can see. And you even see the good through the lens of the bad. So it don't even look that good no more.
Which, in my opinion, is even more fucked up, because 9 times out of 10, the majority of the people who decided to leave after that cheat or whatever regretted it. Had some sense of wanting to go back, or I should have thought about it, or I should have talked it out more, or I should have stayed. Like, it
just
always
slow down a little bit. Mm-hmm. Yep.
At some point, it always goes like that. They probably don't act on it, but I'm almost positive they felt it and said those words.
Yeah.
Let's hit these comments before we get too behind. Sometimes you have to talk through the dark moments.
True.
All the time.
I was gonna say that should be all the time. I swear I was just.
Okay, you did. Okay. You can't let them command or dictate the relationship. The dark moments, I'm assuming.
Who you talking about? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Bernicia say that I stay with a cheater and hold it against him. Clearly, I'm not over it, and the trust changes. I cannot stay in that. Denise said, no one is exempt. At some point, someone has been cheated on or cheated. From celebrities, Tristan Thompson, he was forgiven and cheated again. Jay-Z, the list goes on celebrity-wise. I think it hits different if the cheating happens when dating versus being married. A lot of women don't want to step away from the marriage because of the time they put in, and neither side wants to see other thrive with someone else. If the train is at the end of the railroad, then it's at the end of the railroad. If like the serial cheaters or whatever, now that's the thing that I can't deal with. You feel what I'm saying? But being with my husband 20 years, just hypothetically speaking, if he was to go out and cheat right now, it would be a lot of consideration because like we both got a lot to lose. One may look at it like I have a lot to gain, but I'm losing a person that I've spent the majority of my life with. So to me,
that's the thing. I'm sorry. That's the thing. Y'all both have a lot to lose. And usually the cheatee, person getting cheated on, doesn't see it that way. They see it as they're the only one that's going to lose out on me type of thing. But you could lose out as well. I put up a status a couple of days ago that was asking about, I wanted to hear from those people who ended the relationship over the 80-20 rule, who get so blinded by that 20, whatever it may be. I didn't put nothing specific, but you get so blinded. Like a lot of cases, those men and women who leave in those instances never find anybody better than what they had. They never find anybody better than what they had. And you go through and you keep saying, oh, the dating pool is crazy out here. Oh, the dating is stupid out here. I say it, but dating is crazy out here. What did you have and you messed up? You know what I'm saying? Because every case isn't, straight abuse, so you had to leave. Or they stole all the money and now you're homeless, so you had to leave. Every case isn't like that. Some people truly mess up, that 80 for that 20. And what, do you
never find the 50?
You ain't gonna, because it don't exist. And so how do you move? You know what I'm saying? Because you have to act like it don't bother you or something, right? You have to tell yourself, oh, he still missed out or she still missed out. They done moved on though, and kept moving, and then gotten engaged or married or whatever, just in a stable relationship while you still out here. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the piece why I would say slow down and just see, because in that moment everything is at you in your emotions. If you're a woman or man, that's just what it is. Your emotions are crazy right then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just smarter to slow down, be mad, go to your separate corners. If it's you got to move out, stay with somebody for a little whatever. Get your mind clear and keep other folks keep people out of your head who's just saying just leave them. Because somebody said earlier, that was Paris. Actually, I think she'll explain that a little later. The stuff's gonna happen.
Right.
You have to put up with stuff in a relationship. Like that's never gonna change. I don't know why we're even moving that way. Like, don't put up with stuff. You're gonna be lonely. You want to be lonely? Like ask folks who are older, who are 45, 50 and up, men and women. Ask them about their life, and because they wanted to stick to, oh no, you're not gonna do this to me. Which have your boundaries, but be realistic. Because if you ain't found nobody since then that's better, need my candy on that one.
You open that door to boundaries because she said, but what if it keeps happening? Geez, how long are you supposed to allow them to keep coming back? That's up to you to determine when your boundaries are set and what you're willing to not deal with anymore. I didn't say stay forever. I said I'll stay for those 1 or 2 mistakes. But if it becomes serial, then I'm out. What am I losing at that point? Nada. Because then it's going to take me to a whole nother place of getting myself in trouble from reacting on those emotions. And I like to think I'm logical, because when I get emotional, I get stupid.
At least you can say it out loud.
I get dumb. For real. And me and my husband both been emotional. Wait, let me tell y'all. Sorry. Like, I know us. Know me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we play all the time. Like, that's just what we do. But we know that we have something amazing that we don't want to jeopardize. Like, we know that. So,
but then too, this is specifically to Vernisha and those who may kind of agree with how she's thinking. Every instance of cheating ain't necessarily just all that person's fault. Like, there are things that lead to it. You know what I'm saying? And you can take the angle of, well, I don't care if he cheated. That's a deal breaker, and not ever address what led him to cheating. Not saying that is necessarily fair, or that is your fault that you were cheated on, because it was definitely a choice. If it wasn't no rape, if he didn't get raped, he chose to do do the stuff he did. But it's like, if you're out there, if your car is outside and you leave it unlocked and you leave it wide open and you have gold and silver and money and cash and stuff and jewelry in your car. Now, yes, thieves shouldn't walk past and steal. People shouldn't steal stuff. But it's also our job to protect our stuff. So at a minimum, close the door. That's minimal. Lock the door. Take the valuable stuff out the car. Versus, just having everything there and then you are complaining, well, they cheated on me. Because there are places where you're a nag, you're unrealistic, you're too sharp at the tongue. All of those things. And let's say he's mentioned it to you a couple times, but you won't move from how you think. You will not adjust. And so then he steps out. Now, him stepping out is definitely what he did. That's not your fault, but you definitely helped cause it. That's what I'm saying about if somebody just cheats, you just out the door. I remember, so I was married for like 13, 14 years. I never cheated on her. But there was this one chick, boy. It was, had we ever saw each other, it was gonna happen. And I was on the phone sneaking and talking to her outside, right? One time. She was supposed to be asleep. She wasn't. And she came outside. She was like, who you talking to? I told her. And the girl was like, you told her? I'm like, I'm not a liar. I don't know. I told her. She was like, what? And she was mad. Obviously, that's her. That's what's supposed to go there. She went there. I'm in the doghouse, right? So I'm doing all the things. Apologizing. Sorry, I shouldn't have done it. I was stupid, blah, blah, blah. Buying her flower, all the stuff that I know that she wants. I'm in the doghouse, right? About 2 or 3 days in, she was like, how did this chick work when none of the other ones worked? Now it's time to have a conversation. Because up until then, it don't matter why I was wrong. I didn't give no explanation. I just owned it. That was stupid. I can't believe that was me. And then after she finally asked, I was like this. Well, listen here. You was in nursing school, doing what's them things called? Not 2 days. I don't know. Like how you whatever that's called. Whatever. She was doing that, working, And we weren't talking, we weren't having sex, we wasn't dating. And I was telling her about this stuff, bringing it up. And then there was older married couples like, oh, y'all's foundation is great, y'all will be fine. Like, she's in this, she got this last little. I'm like, man, it's supposed to be a 1.5-year process. It's been 3 years. They're like, I know, but it's tough for her too. So, chill, just be there. So I'm trying to do it. And then one day, it was like the perfect storm of stuff happened. You know what I'm saying? And it started. And that was how. Her response was not anger. Her response was, I can't believe I allowed somebody else to do my job. Now, the new age people today would be like, oh, she's a pick me, she's soft, why is she blaming herself type of thing. I know. And y'all keep that way of thinking. See how it work out for you. But she was more like, I can't believe I let that happen. And I was like, no. There was stuff that led up to it, but this was me. Don't blame yourself. She was like, I'm not blaming myself, but I definitely had a role in that. I was like, ooh, my nigga. And it changed things. For us both, we started back to counseling. We got good. We started back having fun sex. Because you can't have fun sex if y'all into about some woman or you're not having fun sex. It's not happening.
Yep.
Started back dating and things got back to a really, 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 really good place. But that came from having very open and honest conversation and not just jumping straight to the assumption that every nigga ain't right, like because the last nigga cheated, the last nigga did this,
that. Shamar said, my question, why is it the end of the world for women cheat, but with a man, he wants you to get over it right then?
I'm not sure if men want you to get over it right then. If you take us back, you got to stop talking about it eventually. You can't keep bringing it up. And then we were talking about this just a little bit before we got on. I think the difference in that area is that men, we really have hard boundaries. Like if you've ever seen your father say, okay, if y'all do this again, we're not going to Six Flags or whatever. And y'all do it again. He's like, nope, we ain't going. They're like, come on, it was just a little bit. We're not going. We're not going. No, you mess it up. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of mindset that men have. I'm not saying it's right either. I'm just explaining. For the most part, men truly have hard boundaries. And if they're crossed, it's like if you've ever, I know all of y'all have done this. Your husband, your man, or whatever, he washing the dishes or brushing his teeth, and you go up behind him and grab his butt. Like he almost slapped your face off. Like he finna hit you. Like he finna, you know what I'm saying? Like that's real for him. That's a hard boundary. Like he's not gonna hit you right then, but it was, you know what I'm saying? That he could. Because that's a hard boundary. Like and we have a few we're not moving from. You know what I'm saying? And I think the bulk of men, that's why. It also, because it does hurt. And then it's like if you went once, you'll go again. It's the whole thing that y'all think about, I'm sure. Like I can't trust you no more. I can't trust you out with other people no more. I gotta, I don't want to be. Man, I got folks who be like, who be checking in. And I don't mean like check in. Like every place they go, they got to check in. I feel like that's overkill because if the person don't check in, mad, you on 10, you thinking either something's up or they not safe no more or something got into an accident or something. But you can, you know what I'm saying? Or like those folks who share accounts, who share social media accounts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want to do that. But that's, to answer your question, that's pretty much why men do it. Because we really have firm boundaries.
I think, my opinion, men look at it more of, from an ego standpoint, like M said, like this dude had my girl. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to handle this dude and have my girl, right? And I think females look at it from the perspective someone said it earlier. I'm not finna make him better for somebody else. We all making each other better for somebody else. And no matter what we do, it can be your child, you making them better for whoever they're gonna run into, or kids that they dealing with at school, or teachers, or like I think sometimes we all put something in our heads really to just help us get through. Because I don't even think people really sit and contemplate what they say. Like honestly, I don't. I think women just say stuff because it sounds good sometimes. Saying y'all, that's how I feel. Ned said, hell yeah, we do, and especially when we find out we've been you always understand his lingo. I don't.
I know. Let me see. We find out we've been on, we want out. Okay, when we find out we've been gone, maybe we want out.
You've been cheated on?
Yeah. Like if we find out, period or comma. Yeah, we do it. When we find out we've been cheated on, we want out.
But when we cheat, we want another chance. Right? She's saying why?
Everybody, but so everybody wants another chance. The guy wants one. The girl wants one too. The guy, guys don't usually because of that hard boundary. Usually, that's not every case. But I think that's like I said, like if we, I remember nigga, Emery didn't have a birthday party for 7 years straight, back to back to back. I'm like, hey, your birthday coming up, chill out. Okay, chill out. 3 weeks before, Emery, you're gonna miss out. I'm talking to you. And then, he'll do some more stuff. And I'm like, okay, that ain't it. But there's like 10 days to his birthday party. So his mama used to try little stuff, try to get me to come. Nope. You know what I'm saying? Like really, 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 men truly have those hard boundaries. And it's actually good, especially when raising kids, because you have to understand that there are some, it's like if you accidentally kill somebody, you're going to jail. You may not get the full murder rep, but you're going to jail. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different for us.
Yeah, I was mad at like you, but it's definitely needed. Like my husband was that military dad who had boundaries, and I was the fun mom, and I just wanted us to have fun. And then after a lot of years, I realized, hey, maybe he had a point. So he kind of taught me how to look at it from the boundary side, and I taught him a little bit how to look at it from the fun side. And then that's when the thing called compromise happened. Now they're growing. We don't really give a damn all around. So,
right.
Denise said, men don't want to picture the woman with someone else sexually. Is he bigger, better, doing it right, etc.? Probably.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
No, that's a real thing. Yeah, he was talking about, you remember when I was saying couples be getting the same social media accounts. So he's saying that is corny. Imagine a Ned and Emery Facebook.
It's mad weird, period. Like I don't need all that access. I don't require it. I don't need all that access. Like if it's something that's going to capture attention that bad, then you need to be man enough to come to me and let me know, like, hey, there's a crack in the what's that? I can't remember it. That it's a gospel song. Oh, It's gonna come.
There's a leak in this old building.
That's it right there. Yes, sir. You're gonna have to come to me and let me know. You're gonna have to come to me and let me know. Like, because like the crazy part comes out when you try to hide it and you try to continue and you try to, like become that serial cheater. That's when the maniac is created. You feel what I'm saying? Don't try to eat your blizzard with your cookies. You're gonna have to pick one or the other in certain situations. Have her put a wig on. Have her dress up seductively for you. Like, switch it up. You have him role play for you, ladies. Like, stop always putting it on him and him stop always putting it on her. Y'all are a couple. Y'all supposed to entertain one another, in my opinion.
Yep. Deborah and Ariel Simmons. Is that somebody for real? I'm finna go look them up. I feel like you being petty on this here internet.
That's too much. So I got a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Is excessive porn watching considered cheating?
She said that's her daddy and his wife.
Oh,
amen.
Wow.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: the ruse is the ruse. Somebody was cheating. Somebody had too many inboxes from the other sex and got caught. And that's why if you're gonna have social media, we get together. And that it was like, okay, take it. There's no other reason. Don't let nobody tell you something else.
Definitely some insecurities.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. No, it's excessive porn watching. Oh.
All right. Well, there we go. Well, there we are. Okay.
But why is it so important for him to be on social media? Like, never mind. That ain't none of my business. Never mind. See, that's a situation, in my opinion, where she feel like she won, the wife. So for her, they have to have shared accounts for the baby mama or whoever else. You feel what I'm saying? To see, not even. Oh, yeah. I know. That's what I'm just saying. But for him, like, why won't he just be like, I don't want to have nothing to do with it? But he probably already caught up in the web that he didn't weave, so he got to kind of go along with her because she just said, I get it. But
yeah, he's not offering that. That was definitely her compromise. If you're gonna have it, we're gonna be together, so I can see everything that come in and go out.
I understand
everything that come in and go out
because she feel like she won the prize by him marrying her.
Yeah.
Never mind the fact that you finna have a whole baby for the next 18 years. You feel what I'm saying? Of your marriage, that you're finna have to. I guess that's my deal breaker. Y'all told y'all drugs and making a baby on me. I can't do neither.
Yeah.
I'm coming to Georgia or Texas or somewhere, but I can't like
going back to BH.
Who?
If you were trying to leave about it, what's wrong with BH? You can live there comfortably as far as pay. Live wherever you want.
I really thought you loved me.
Fair Plain is good. You can go. There's some areas.
You go back. You go back. I go back. How about that?
I'm cool.
Exactamundo.
I ain't got no business out there, man.
Neither do I. I need good internet, and they don't have good internet. I talk to my daily. It ain't good.
Yeah, it's so funny.
So no, that's all right. But Ronique, yeah, it's not that important to me to keep him at that point. To make a baby on me? No. Especially like if the kids we had was grown, and you expect for me to walk through these years with you? No, Linda. Nope.
Linda, listen. I don't know, man.
No,
so you were asking about.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. Let's keep going to the obsessive porn. Yeah. Let's go.
So yeah, the porn. I don't know if it's cheating. It's disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't call it cheating. But if your spouse or partner or whatever don't like that you doing it, and like you said, excessive, I think it's disrespectful. Okay. It's like if you out at the mall or something and you keep looking at girls that walk past. That's not cheating, but it's disrespectful. You know what I'm
saying? Excessive masturbation.
Alone or with the girl? What you mean?
Alone.
Ooh. No, not cheating.
Well, everybody got. Why y'all quiet now? Where you all at, Ned? I know you are. I know you gonna be there. Where you all at, ladies? Like, I want to know how y'all feel about that because a lot of y'all say y'all don't got no room for cheating, but a lot of y'all don't put out. A lot of y'all don't give head. A lot of y'all cause the cheating. Let's keep it 100.
Now we opening up the conversation. Let me make sure everybody's on. Make sure folks is on because we starting to get there now. No, don't laugh now, nigga.
You feel me? I mean, like there is nothing. Did that make you think of something? That taboo?
Listen, it did. It did. It absolutely did.
Don't be cricketing me. Ain't got time for your crickets.
Right. Who logging off? No.
Hi, sisters.
Come on back in. See, that's the thing.
This is what they don't come to y'all and talk about. This is what they just go to that side chick to do because she don't mind swinging around that pole a couple times. You better learn how to pull that weight up, girl.
On my mama. Because so many people, so women, basically, not all, but women really, really are pushing monogamy, right? You don't want your man moving around in that area. But you won't give him what he, like, y'all sex drives got to match. I know, so this ain't in the Bible. This ain't. It ain't.
He said, I'm going to get his disclaimer right now.
It ain't there. But if you're going to be disobedient about one area, I say do everything else right and do this one wrong. Because I swear to you, if the sex drives are not equal, I'm not sure if there's a fix for that. Because it's not like the guy, let's say the guy has a low one, the girl has a high one. The guy's drive can't go up necessarily. I mean, maybe it can, but I don't know how. The girls can't come down. Maybe it can. I don't know how. So then what do? She's going to forever be sexually frustrated. He's going to start to feel like he's a piece of meat. Like you could interchange me with anybody and get, you know what I'm saying? That's how it feels. So how do you even know that? So when we're talking about monogamy and being in a committed relationship, y'all, the sex drives have to match, or you're gonna forever be at this place. And that's just something that we don't talk about. Sex is one of the least talked about parts of relationship. And I don't mean like what I'm gonna do to you when I see you type of, I mean talking about sex and what you want, how you like it. You know what I'm saying? Are you trying to abstain until you get married? You know what I'm saying? Like everything I feel like needs to be talked about. Are you the type that, want it twice a day, every single day? Or are you the kind that can go once or twice a week? You know what I'm saying? Or however it's going to, but if it's not a match, boy, like how can you expect one to be monogamous? Like really? And you can blame it on whatever. I don't care. Whatever you try to, you you control yourself, you make it all that, and it's still gonna happen how it's gonna happen. Because that's really not it. It's not about how much they love and care about you. It's not. It's not. It's their drive is different from yours. Which is why we all get that one or two, some of us got a few, that we think back to that used to that had us right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The other stuff didn't work out so well, but that part was right. And those, you know what I'm saying? And that person kind of still be around, I'm sure, for a lot of us. That person still might be lingering a little bit. Y'all might have a little, every now and then, a little hookup type of thing. Hey, man, hallelujah.
Ned said he had to battle with porn when he was married. He had to rethink. I had to rethink things and how it made my wife feel.
Disrespectful.
Porn is unrealistic as fuck. Old man balls, cute perky girls, and he's delivering pizza and he gives him a blowjob. See that, but listen, just
you talking about unrealistic. You ain't never got no pizza delivered to you, Denise.
And you put your little Italian hat on, your little chef hat on, with your little coat, you know what I mean? And you come with a personal pan because y'all ain't really gonna do much with that pizza. You know what I'm saying? You just like, y'all boring. Y'all mad boring. Porn is inspirational. Okay? Like, you don't have to have the perky boobs. All balls are old and shriveled up if you're actually. So it's no different.
This nigga man said pizza. I'm changing your name in my phone to pizza, nigga. I'm doing it right now as we speak.
Y'all have to get to a point to where y'all work as hard as y'all want these men to work.
Please and thank you.
Y'all want a lot. Right, titties gonna be sad. Like, they gonna be sad because these titties have been through a lot, okay? So right. I just need you to just hold them up while I'm doing what I'm doing, and we just keep it moving. I need you to help me help you. Like, it's just what it is. Like,
so who is the one that says Facebook user?
I don't know. Who are you?
Who are you?
So we can address you properly.
Right, so I can address you properly. I don't want to say yeah, bro, or yeah.
Facebook user.
Right, yeah, Facebook user. That was funny, bro. User. That's weird. All right. How many Z's you put in there? 4? That's 5. 5 Z's.
Are you really?
Oh, I wasn't joking. I definitely wasn't joking. I feel y'all too. I'm gonna try to hide his number though. I don't want to be trying to call him. Maybe he might be having some stalkers. There you go. Yes, nigga, that is your name from now on. Whenever you call my phone, it's gonna show up. It's Nitsa.
He gonna laugh every time.
I'm laughing every time.
Dang, nigga.
That's so funny. If she ain't bisexually, okay.
Who are you? Know who you are.
Now you're doing too much. We ain't gonna even dress you no more. You need to come on and tell us who you are now.
Yeah. You done crossed over to a whole nother bowling alley.
So did. You gonna call? Go on. Call right now. I'm gonna hold it up. Now, who is this Facebook user? Quit playing with our life now.
If she ain't bisexual, I don't want her. I wonder if she said about you.
Never know. How do you feel about the porn? I said I think it's disrespectful, not cheating.
I think excessive porn is disrespectful again, but I think porn can be inspirational to relationships.
Don't call me your family. It's my, who's it, Bobby? That sounds like something Bobby would say. It might be my cousin Bobby.
Nan said, that's why polyamory is a thing. Or it's the thing, actually. He said, yeah.
Yeah, it's Bobby. I knew it. After you said cuz, I'm like, yeah.
Can I get the initial of the last name?
My cousin online it's Stanford. I tell you.
Oh no, I don't be wanting you to bust them out. Goodness gracious.
Oh, I still got the old one. It says a real number because I remember when you changed it. Dang. You better be glad, nigga. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna just change it to Mitza, not Ned at all. I'm just gonna be Mitza.
Yeah, I said the porn and the masturbation.
Yeah. So how do you feel about masturbation then? Is that cheap?
If we're not together and you need to handle you handling you. I don't feel like it's cheating. Again, if it's excessive and you haven't come to me, for us to talk about why you feel the need to just isolate yourself, within your sexual world, then I feel like that's when the problem ensues. But if you want to watch porn, let me know which one, and I'll make sure I look at that for you. If you want to, get it off, let me help you. I mean, but again, we didn't been together for so long to where.
Right. And that's the thing. Like if y'all sex drives ain't matching, or if you not in a catering capacity, whoever's the least sex drive wise.
But men can get their sex drive though. Men can just take testosterone pills, go and get tested, and they can adjust it. It's a little harder for women to lower their, sexual, especially at a certain time in their life. But men can help themselves out, by just going to get their testosterone tested and then get a prescription, or just, get certain things that can help their testosterone grow. I think it's testosterone replacement therapy or something like that, TRT, if I'm not mistaken. But I know of that.
Yeah, I know a bunch of guys whose sex drive is stronger than women. I just chose to use women this time around.
For sure.
But I really know a lot more guys who are in relationships whose sex drive is through the roof and their girl ain't even at the door.
I think that they married arm candy.
Or they was acting like it while they was dating and seeing each other.
I get that.
Into a relationship, it changes. That happens a lot.
I agree.
I remember, I don't know. Most of my conversations, examples I have about relationships, going to be with my ex-wife because we was together for 1,000 years, and I have so many buddies, friends of mine, good friends of mine. Like, man, my wife won't give me none. I'm like, how is that a thing? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that. But then too, after talking to the chicks, because usually we were all pretty close.
Right.
After I talked to the girls, it's some old stuff that they done like with other women. They done cheated already, or you know what I'm saying? Like some kind of way that part of something broke that trust in that, or that desire in that area. And I'm not saying that's cool, but that's understandable to a T. If you have mishandled what?
That's when I agree with Vernisha. Like, if you're gonna hold on to it and not get over it, there's no point for you to stay in a relationship. The whole point of you staying in a relationship is to work to move to the next level after the, cheating or whatever. Not for you to just have that ammunition loaded in your chamber. You feel me? Ready to pop off whenever, just because you have that. Like, I think that part is unfair.
I do too. I don't think it's fair at all. I don't think everybody knows how to get past that. Just because you want to doesn't mean that you know how to do it. You know what I mean? Not saying that's right either, but I do think that's a normal response.
But
like I want to say because I love them. Say it again.
But her actions is possibly going to lead him to doing the same thing again. No.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Most likely. Most likely, I don't think she sees that. I don't think she's that. I don't think she sees that how she, I think she may see, or the bulk of them maybe, may see that, see it this way. Like, he needs to be getting, doing whatever it takes. Oh, that's the stuff I was saying earlier before we changed up real quick. That happens so often where after he's in the doghouse, that woman really, really likes the feeling of him being in the doghouse. Okay. On the one hand, she getting the flowers and the nice stuff that she's always wanted, and then on the other hand, she gets to feel like she's in control. Mm-hmm. And somewhere, I think that part gets more intoxicating than really fixing it, because fixing it is going to require you to do something different. Mm-hmm. And if you can't accept that you played a part in him cheating, you won't do it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? No, it wasn't your fault. It wasn't like you took his stuff out and put it in that chick. No. What I'm saying is you played a part. In most cases, there's some niggas who just out here.
For sure.
But if you married that part's on you, because he didn't just show you that. Most cases, you ain't getting tricked. By and large, y'all ignore red flags. By and large, women ignore way more red flags than guys do because of that hard boundary that we have. It's some it's some fine women out there that's crazy. That after we see they crazy, we like, I'm good, I'm cool. I don't even want to go down that path because of that. I don't think women necessarily see it that way. I could be the one to change him, or he won't be that way with me, or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be different with me. I'm gonna be the one that's, Whereas men are just like, this the facts. As she get down, I'm cool. I don't want none of it.
Men be like, y'all remember how Day Daddy on Friday when he was like, yo, Daddy, that crazy bitch outside.
Out there again. Out there again.
I've been through that shit. So Dad, no, you keep messing with this shit. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna run into some craziness, So I'm not gonna tell you not to do it. I'm just gonna let you know. She out here, she fucking up your car. She here. What are you now gonna do?
Yeah, because he done told him. I'm sure this ain't the first run in. I'm sure after he told that story about how they met. You remember what he said? When I met her, she had a little beer on her breath, but she had a burger, and I wanted a piece of it. He was like, I thought she had a little beer belly because she had a little beer on her breath. She come out, she was pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Life.
That'd be the thing, man. Like, guys, for the most part, we really do have hard boundaries. We really do. They're not in every area, though. That's why so many others would take a lot more. But that is a thing, and I think chicks are more like, I can fix him, or, like they kind of still going off of potential. Mm-hmm. And I think potential is pretty cool in your 20s. And early 20s at that. Your late 20s, you might need to start thinking twice. In your 30s and 40s, there's no way. There should be no way. And I don't know if I should say it just matter of factly like that. I'll say for me, I don't want a project.
You know how I feel about that word when it comes to relationships.
I know.
You're going to get one either way.
True. There are some that's like, at least they come with directions.
Absolutely.
Others are a million pieces and no directions.
I was going to say, I would prefer the instructions in English versus Chinese.
Period. I want you to have already started putting yourself together.
Start your journey.
I talk about that all the time. I'm cool on that.
Yeah, let's meet in a minute.
Yeah, I'm cool on you just, really, really thinking so highly of yourself that you don't work on none of the stuff that's wrong with you. Because talking to me, it's going to come out. It's gonna like who you are. How I talk and the things I talk about when I'm trying to date. It's gonna who you are is gonna come out. You know, you can front as hard as you want, but 46 weeks. If we're talking consistently, the real you will show. And I'm like, yeah, that ain't gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then I'm out. That sucks though, but
I mean, do it though.
is.
I just kind of feel like you said, when you begin your work, then your tolerance for bullshit is very low. You know, and when you're starting a new relationship, it's a lot of bullshit that's dished out because a lot of people don't even know themselves. So now you have to sift through it, you know, to just get to the core of what's already completely broken. And if you ain't got that tub of super glue,
man, I know it'd be too much, man. Like you can't have either just started your journey or not at all, or we're not gonna work. I can't be along for the ride because I won't be able to point out how good you're doing, and you're gonna need that because I can't see it because you still messing up.
I'm being annoyed.
I ain't, bro. I'm not.
I'm being annoyed.
You know,
and I'm not the one that's gonna.
It's not like there's no room for mess up. I'll bite my tongue. Nigga, don't look at me like that. I bite my tongue, lady. I'll word things as best as I can. Nigga, what?
You gonna lie to the truth?
I am a straight shooter. I 100% am a straight shooter. I'm gonna tell the truth.
All right. So that leaves very minimal room for bullshit. Like they're not gonna I give you a good 10 minutes in a stupid conversation. A good 10.
If that, yeah. Yeah, don't be like, what?
Off top. Because what you're saying is not registering. Like I'm not, like it's not penetrating. Like it's just All right, I got one more question for y'all.
Yeah.
So is oral sex considered cheating?
Yes. A hand job from somebody else. What y'all say? Come on, hurry up too.
Right.
I want to hear this. I want to hear this. I want to see.
You already know how they feel.
Okay. Ned says yes. How about you, Bob? You said yes. That's a weird question to me too. I'm like, what?
I'm mad.
But you never know. Let's see.
Some people would prefer that. Though. Right. That's like, what y'all like? I'm so mad.
What? Right. Especially, did you say some people would rather you do that than actually have sex?
Some women would prefer her dude to get oral sex because there's no risk in her getting the other girl getting pregnant. So like they will be okay. If they don't want to do it, then they will be okay. You feel what I'm saying? With somebody else performing that for they do.
Yeah, I wouldn't want. Listen, I wouldn't want my girl. I'd rather her just lay there and get crashed versus her giving it, because Lord have mercy.
Right.
If you doing all the stuff I know you can do.
Right.
I don't need this in. You intentional. You know what I'm saying? You little tears a little bit. You're not moving around. No, ma'am.
M say
no,
it
ma'am.
Ain't and ain't.
Nope. That'll be my first question. Did you give him a BJ? I didn't. Okay. All right.
Now we can talk.
Now we can move forward.
Oh God.
Man, listen, boy.
Oh my God.
So, Nico, what's up, girl?
Hey, bro. He said, right.
Nah,
Once
man.
we clear that up, we can actually have a conversation to move forward. But we got to clear that up first.
I need to know. I need to know.
That is so funny. Yeah, I do. I consider that, like you said, I think, yeah, that's a hard one for me.
It is though, because
Hold on. Especially if you don't give your girl that, but then she done found out you done that to somebody else, or vice
I could.
versa. Baby, I'm coming out with the shotty at that point. Like,
right.
That's some shit my husband will say. Word up.
If she cheats, she better come home with some money. Man, that is something I would say too.
That's that ass some shit my husband would say. She gotta die. Don't kill her, Ned. It ain't working.
You can't get that away. Listen, you can't get that away. Girl. Please, keep something. Please, I'm you begging. Just keep that. You can give him everything else. Everything else. I mean everything. Get that nigga my social security number if you want to. Not that. Please.
I'm not the social.
Yep. You can have my EIN for the business. What else you need?
Not. I mean,
Shannon,
yeah.
what's up?
What's going on? Appreciate y'all for joining. Welcome. The cheeks I understand, but the throat no.
Listen, you can't.
I think, like I said,
if you like it, not if you one of them. Listen, I'm just okay. Where's the after dark coming? See, whenever we go this route, I can't. My mind. That's it. You know. Oh, that's it. That's it.
I mean, like I said, it's just I couldn't get past the oral. I couldn't get past, I couldn't get past cheating. No, the oral, I don't know if I get past that.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of
you go ahead. Because you always on the same.
What I can't see you the same after you top a dude off. I think a lot of guys feel that way. Like you said, I know what you can do. I've been there. I've experienced it. So to know that you gave that to somebody else, like, how do I really get past that? Like,
and then how far did he go?
And then
you know what I'm saying? I know you, baby. We got to do something else. We need to be friends.
That's when the boundaries come in. Some people can take certain things, some people can't. You feel what I'm saying? And it's up to you, right, Ned? That's exactly what he was talking about. He couldn't let it, like, yeah. Some people cannot handle that, and I don't think that's emotional. I think that's, like you said, boundaries.
And then you know what too, man? I gotta get on feminism. We haven't spoken about that yet. I think we need to add that somewhere. And the real harm, because I understand the movement in general. I think it was definitely needed, and I think it still is. Not how it's currently constructed, but I think it's a need overall. Not necessarily right now how it is, but feminism in a way has made being a wife not cool. You know what I'm saying? And being what your husband needs. You know what I'm saying? It's that movement as a whole has moved that needle back so far. But what's crazy is a lot of them who are feminists or whatever, who claim to be, really, really, really want that, and are normally just kind of still hurt from old stuff. And this is saying stuff that they want to hear. So they're kind of moving it. I've been with some feminists, like feminists who do like TED Talks, like all in. And she was like, if my girls knew how I am with you, I'm like, that means you ain't one of them. Like, I don't understand. Like, I was like, it sounds like you just still hurt. Like somebody, whatever the stuff you went through was a lot. And so now you got to find your voice type of thing. But you talking about stuff that you actually love doing.
Right.
I'm like, I don't understand it. I'm like, and I don't ask for it. I never asked for. I think how I carry myself just makes women who are women be women. So it's not like I'm making you or telling you to or requesting it or suggesting or nothing. You're just being who you really are on the inside, and also what I would like. That movement is it's like, you want to tell them pretty much, don't be a wife, don't stay at home and nothing like that, and raise kids and do stuff for no man. You don't make his house good, but you can go out into the field and make another man rich. You can do that though. Go do that, and don't be a homebody, or don't nurture and cater to your man. Don't do that, but go make this other man rich. I'm like, that type of movement has killed so much of the femininity in women, but it goes back past that, because you know how I feel. I always want to end or start with that. It's our fault as men. We've done so much stuff to some of these women and hurt them so badly and broken them down so far that this is the result. Now, I'm not saying that they get a pass, but understanding it will help us come to a better conclusion, or a better resolution. I'll say, because so many women have really been truly hurt, like crushed by cheating and infidelity. Number one.
You're an amazing co-host, because you always open up my way to what I need to say next.
I got you, girl.
And because I am who I am, and the questions that you're asking tonight, I'm gonna just have to jump into it. When I said ain't no way I'm staying if oral sex was performed on someone else, she said exactly. So again, how do you say? So for whoever we're speaking about, this person is afraid to be alone. This person is trying to make a family work, and it's not working. This person is trying to not be the one to end it, to not feel the guilt, but this person is killing themselves along the way because this person really don't like who they with. So again, if they stay, it's because they choose to stay. They don't have a logical reason to stay. I haven't heard anything from you speaking of this person that's encouraging them to stay. So when will the boundaries be created within them to say, I'm worth more than this motherfucker going around fucking whoever, sucking whoever, this, that, and the third? Who can you blame? Who can they blame? I'm just wondering. Because ain't no way you're going to be able to be out whenever you want to be and come home to a clean house, a clean bed, and a clean woman, and you're not. Ain't no way. So if that person wants better, that person has to do better. Not with the help of nobody else, but with starting that journey, that work that we're talking about tonight, that person has to start that work. Because that fear is going to lead you or them, whoever, to fucking somebody up, which in turn is going to fuck you up. Period.
But how it normally goes is that person will stay until they're no good for nobody else.
And then now
you can tell them that.
the individual whose goal was to break you down, to make you feel like you were nothing and no one else is going to want you, is going to continue to do what you allow them to do because you've let them know that they can continue to do it. Like,
There's
just
hard
period.
boundaries. That same guy, that person, if the girl was to step out, I mean, I'm assuming it's a girl and a guy has done his thing, but the girl's staying. That's my assumption. So if she step out, he's gone. Even though she stayed through his BS and she can remind him of that all day long, if she was to do it, he'd be gone, right? So you're teaching him how to treat you. You're teaching him how to treat you. How are you teaching him? By allowing it. Yeah, in general.
For sure.
But because this thing really does happen to a lot of people who never speak up. That's why I'm speaking so specifically. You're letting it happen, and why would he stop? Why would he stop? Like, what reason? Well, because cheating is cheating, but in a relationship, there's usually some help. I won't say a reason, but they've normally had help to cheat. And I say help by one person not being enough of something or neglecting something or whatever. There's reason. I'm not going to blame it on the other person. Absolutely. But I will say they've definitely had some help. In most cases, if you refuse to look at your part in that, you won't grow. Because usually how it goes too is if you cheated on and if you're the girl, all your girls gonna hook together and what's gonna happen. We can explain the whole party, the whole night, the whole conversation. We can explain how it go, what the topics of conversation is, what you need to do, and everything. It's a go. Okay? That's just a whole thing that needs to be there.
Cousin said that what I just said sounds crazy. Cousin said he don't agree. Cousin said he think it was the absence of their father. Be that as it may.
Whatever the reason is.
None of that matters. Why she wants to be there to make sure that he's okay or the family's okay. That's ultimately the bottom line. She's afraid.
Because people stay for that reason. Listen, when me and my ex got divorced, I thought long and hard. I'm like, dang, we done came all this way. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I really want to start over? I'm afraid to really start over. So much, you know what I'm saying? The embarrassment didn't really bother me so much, but it was in there. It definitely was in there. You know what I'm saying? Like then, like not knowing what to do, like what's the first step of starting over? Like there's a bunch of stuff to consider. You know what I'm saying? And for some women or men, for some people, it's too overwhelming to make a decisive decision. So they'll stay. And they'll usually keep them in that doghouse. Or they'll, because they feel like that's how they can control it. Mm-hmm. But that's not how you control it. But that's what I think a lot of us think sometimes. Mm-hmm. But I will say this. If you're not a match, if y'all are not equally yoked, it won't work. And equally yoked don't mean y'all like the same stuff. It's like if they're not the yin to your yang. I've met some women who like what I like, and we meshed. Then I've met some who don't like what I like, and we meshed. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying it that way. But if you're unequally yoked, if y'all's core values are completely different, I don't think you're going to work.
You can't.
No matter how much you love them or her, no matter how good the sex may be, no matter how much good money they make.
Unless one converts over to the
you're gonna have to move.
Right.
Yeah, you're gonna have to move over because it won't work. Because y'all gonna just try because y'all love each other. Or you may have children together or years together, so you're gonna try. But again, some of us, I think our podcast either last week or the week before was about loyal to a fault. You can ruin yourself for anybody else, and I don't mean I mean in a general sense. Like, of course, there's some exceptions where somebody can get married or find some better love later on. I get it. But by and large, you can stay so long that don't nobody want you no more. or the people that do want you, you don't want them.
Right.
The only ones that got enough balls to say something to you are the people you don't even like.
Right. And then you end up liking them because they didn't keep it 100 with you.
Yeah.
And that's so brand new to you that you like, oh wow, hey look, that's attractive.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know I have met married people sleeping in separate rooms because no one will make that step or being selfish, being miserable.
Yeah.
Living that a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that. I know. I used to be like, I ain't sleeping on nobody's couch unless I want to. That's what I used to say. I'm like, I'm not getting on the couch unless I want to. We're going to sit and talk it out. We don't have to talk right now, but I'm sleeping in my bed. Then you're going to feel my feet on you. Oh, my feet's going to be on your feet. I'm going to pull your legs in between my feet.
Why, we mad at each
other? Yeah.
No, I'm sleeping on the couch.
Well, you can go. I'm on my bed. That means they king size.
I'm gonna put my feet in the ice water. Come get some. You can have it all. Come get it.
You said that would piss me off. I know it will. It used to. I'm like, listen, we in this bed. Get on, you come on over here now. Get on up under me now. You ain't got to. You only got to sleep on my chest tonight. But tomorrow we got to be on. You got to get on up here. Come on now. Get on up here.
You better go get Sally the blow up doll for the night. You better make her work.
That's so funny.
Ain't got time for none of that. We mad at each other. We no.
But you know what though? Sometimes that little angry leads to some of the best.
Yeah, but not right there.
Engagement that we can have with amongst ourselves.
Let me woosah a little bit. Let me.
I'm gonna help you woosah. No. Don't worry about the woo. I got you.
I can't even get that because I want to punch you in the face.
You can do a little punching, not in the face. You can do a little. We can punch though. I don't mind. A little slap around, a little something, choke you a little bit. You know.
we can alter it. We can make it work.
We can do a little something.
Calm down.
Shamara, you said nope.
She said, "Don't touch it."
You can get these feet on. These ashy feet gonna be. And I'm taking my socks off. So you know what I'm talking. So the back of my heel can scratch you a little bit.
Listen. See, I married the right person. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Cause he know we mad at each other, but he will be like, we still beefing. Like that's how he break the ice. We still beefing.
Right.
Right. It depends on if I'm hungry or not. I don't know.
Oh man, that's so funny. I'm really not that way though. I don't like to be messed with when I'm mad.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't want it from you when I'm mad. I don't. I know I might be one of the only men that is like that, but I don't want it.
Man, don't touch me.
Let me cool off.
I prefer you not even look my direction, like for real. Like I prefer me to leave, you to leave, us really air it out. Let me go forget about what happened. Then I come back and I like you again. That's the only way that I'm gonna really be able to, get back into the groove of things. No, don't touch me. What's wrong with you? I'm liable to tase you with my taser.
You too what, Saniqua? We said a whole bunch of stuff there. You just said me too.
Let me leave, cool off, and then come back and reassess the situation. Nah. I mean, I think that's anybody who know themselves. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you stay in a crazy situation, as we were speaking of, and you react off emotion, it's going to go left. I've learned to not put myself in scenarios where I have to apologize afterwards. That I'm allergic to saying I'm sorry. Like I am. Will I say it? Of course. But I'm not going to put myself in a position to where I have to say it later. I'm going to be very aware of what I'm saying. I'm not going to just throw daggers at you unless you got me in the corner. That's the only way I'm going to do that. I'm going to get out of that corner, but I ain't going to let you put me in that easy. I know me.
I feel that.
Oh, I will, but I don't want to. Like, because I think a lot of people take that sorry, like you said, and
No,
that
you don't.
control that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? They takes it to another level versus just hearing I'm sorry and being like, I appreciate you for acknowledging and letting it go. But you know, some people so mad petty to where they just keep drilling, 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 drilling. So nah, you ain't finna Mike Tyson my ass with emotions.
If you're wrong, you just need to say you're wrong, though. But the problem is nobody really thinks they're wrong. If you think about it, you always fight a little bit. It's never like, yeah, you know what, you're right. It's never just that. It's always, yeah, I was kind of wrong. But there's always a but.
I can
But
agree.
if you want to, but if no, because you remember when this happened, that's what really made this. Is always something. I had this thing happen the other day, right? Matter of fact, when I was at your place, I missed a gig. Right? I never miss gigs. I missed a gig. Completely forgot. Completely forgot. By the time I got back to the phone, had missed calls, text messages, everything. Right? I'm like, oh my goodness. I was having a good time over there, so I really wasn't, coherent all the way. And I had to figure out how to go about it. It's your fault. So I was just like, yo, this is my bad. I completely forgot. I'm sorry about that. And I gave him some options on how we could fix it. I didn't explain nothing because, to my point that I always say, your explanation don't mean as much as you think it do. In that moment, he's like, I don't got my keyboard player.
Mm-hmm.
I'm missing out on money. They started late. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch that kind of go with it. And I could have done I could tell you. I could have been like, I think I just talked to you. You ain't mentioned nothing about it, so I didn't think it was still going. I could have found a way to wiggle out to where all of it wasn't my fault.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we do all the time. I do need that secretary, Shamar. You did say that. All right. Hey, calm it on down so I can put these feet on you. Just calm down. But I just owned it. I didn't give nothing. I didn't give nothing. If he asks what happened, I'll gladly tell him. But you don't want to hear that in that moment. Nobody does. You don't want to. I don't even care what the excuses are. I don't even reasons or excuse. I don't care. We finna miss out on money.
All right.
My name is on the line. This is my band's brand that they're expecting, and folks was leaving. He said folks was leaving. Well, other people, folks was leaving because they didn't start on time. I could have done. I'm telling you, and so many of us do that. Where we try to find some little inkling of where it's not all the way my fault, and instead of just owning it, that's what fixed sealed our relationship. We're good. He didn't respond that day, but after he did, he was like, "I appreciate you saying that. Like, we good. Stuff is squared away. I appreciate that. Blah 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 blah." Had I been combative and doing all this other explaining when there's no need, we would have gone back and forth. He would have found the holes
right
in everything I'm saying. So then he's going to respond. Then I'm going to try to fill in the holes in my response.
Right.
Before we know it, we 8 minutes in and we talking about chicken wings. We all the way off subject. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just, you know what? That was me. I'm sorry. That was wrong. I apologize. Here's some ways that we can fix it.
Yeah.
And we good. You know what I'm saying? But we don't do that as a people. Because we don't want to have to say I'm sorry. Because we don't want to have to, bow out and say, oh, I was wrong about this. But it happens. You know what I mean? And so instead of always, being afraid of accountability or running from accountability, just run to it. Because if you think, like, it didn't hurt me, I wasn't finna leave. You know what, girl, I gotta go. I missed. Not at that point. It was over. That was it. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, how is it gonna hurt me to just own it? Like, I did, man. I forgot.
Right.
I missed it. That was me. It ain't nobody's fault but mine. I've never missed a gig. Right. Never, ever. And I told him that time, I was like, bro, this ain't my character. I clearly forgot. And that was it wasn't no long paragraph. It was just straight to the point, He was like, bet, I appreciate that. We good. Right. Type of thing, So if we could add that to it, but that's another, like, whoever steps out and cheats, there's usually a bigger reason than they was horny. And somebody was smiling at them. You know what I'm saying? For the most part.
Yeah, I think probably 80% of individuals that cheat is not just because they were tempted.
Yeah. Oh no.
I think that it was some neglect going on within that relationship, marriage, whatever, and it led them to just being like, "Oh wow, I remember what this feel like. I liked it. Let me see, how far." Like Vernisha said that she feels like cheating is always a choice. Is it really though?
I will say so. That the act of cheating, yes. You wouldn't say so?
I mean, I just feel like some circumstances wasn't necessarily premeditated or intentional.
Still your fault though, right? It's like if you murder somebody.
Accountability comes to you, but sometimes I don't think it's.
Well, y'all got a race trip going on tonight?
What I don't understand is how at 8:43 they want to ride down the street that's only 30 miles an hour, trying to burn out their muffler.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, damn. No, wait. I'll say Worcestershire sauce 10 times before saying I'm wrong if they don't allow me space time to process and calm down. A lot of women like that. A lot of women just need, I guess everybody needs that time to just cool it and then, move it. I didn't even see that one.
Yeah, she says, Sneaker says, when I'm mad, give me my time or I will keep it all going. I ain't saying I'm wrong before I had time to think. Y'all don't need to be in no argument. Y'all sound like something is wrong with y'all.
No, it ain't the fact that something wrong. It's just.
That's what it sounds like to me.
You can't provoke me and get me mad and then just continue to poke as I'm trying to calm myself down. Like that's just like, okay, for instance, my husband hates for me to put my finger in his face. Anybody. He hates that, right? So because I know that, I won't do it, right? But if I'm just doing it, I'm provoking. I can't get mad at the way he responds because I know. How?
Well, but because if it's too far, if he slice your neck.
Well, damn, you're right.
Or, you know what I'm saying? So there, you know what I mean? It's not, I don't think that's my point in saying I feel like it's something wrong. It's because, like, if it's right, it's right. It don't matter if you still mad or not. Or it shouldn't. I'll say it that way. From my eyes, if you're wrong, you're just wrong. And if you're still mad about it, you can be like, yeah, I did that. I'm sorry. But nigga, maybe, I don't know. I'm just something, I don't know. But not being able to stop it to, because y'all got to get all y'all stuff out. But y'all don't, most women overthink. Wait a minute. Let me finish. Give me a second, though, because most of y'all do overthink. So you want to get everything you thought about out. When most of the cases, niggas we already know what you finna say. We know how you finna say it. And so you start. But you mad, so I ain't that mad no more. But the more you keep talking at me, now I'm getting mad. Okay? And so I'm like, can we just stop it? I need to get it all out. You need to call one of your homegirls.
You just told me not to involve them.
Who said that?
You need not to talk to a lot of people about things that go on in your relationship.
Did I say that to you?
Yo, Twilight Zone?
I think you in the Twilight Zone.
Oh, no, don't try to blame that on me.
What is it?
I hate when you got the boy right by you, man. I swear I hate it.
No, okay, yes. I don't think we weren't talking about the same thing in that instance. I mean, keep folks out of your business.
But ain't that putting her in your?
What I'm saying is like so. So all I'm saying is this. All I'm basically saying is, get over yourself a lot faster. Because y'all do take longer, because y'all do have a lot more stuff to say that is now irrelevant. But I know we can't say it. I don't think guys will just say it out loud, but it really is. You just want to get it out, right? So it's like, okay, but like if it's never ending.
Don't nobody want to continuously hear that they fucked up. Male or female.
That's my point.
Don't nobody want to continuously hear that. But that doesn't stop that next party when they feel like they're a notch above to just continue to pick because, hey, they finally fucked up. I'm in. Oh, I like the way this feels. Let me go. That happens. Like, that's real life. You know what I'm saying? And then that's how some situations turn fatal. That's how some situations just turn completely crazy because he didn't or she didn't give them that time to just cool off and get their thoughts and emotions together. They wanted to talk about it right then and there versus just saying, all right, let me get.
Oh, I think we're talking about two different things there. I wasn't talking about that.
That's when it comes to women and for me. I'm going to need them couple of minutes so I can organize my thoughts so I don't react emotionally. But if you continue to make me talk when I'm mad, I'm going to say something that's going to piss you off. And yet it's
I think that's everybody. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what we're saying. I think that's what my girls are saying. Like, just give me a minute because I'm gonna keep the shit going once you struck that match. Oh yeah, the dynamite is lit, baby, and I ain't stopping until I really hit that chord. And now I'm walking around with a black eye because I done pissed Tyrone off.
You're gonna call him next time. Call him. Play that one.
I can't stand you. I'm talking about what Commissioner talking about. I agree. Like, for real. Like, give me a minute. Because I
think, I wasn't talking about that.
Yeah.
I agree. I was talking about more so in the argument or in the argument. I don't know. We try to make stuff not what it is. We argue. In the argument, so if we arguing and you'd be like, but Emery, you just said this, that. Like I just kind of did when you was like, you just said that. I'm like, man, oh shit. Y'all got, I mean, whatever. I just said that. So it's like, I'll acknowledge. I can acknowledge that
for sure
in the moment and still be mad. I can acknowledge. Oh yeah, I was wrong. That was. Me. I can, and I'm not sure many people can do that.
For sure.
Guys or girls can just like take it, be like, oh yeah, that was me.
For sure.
Because I feel like we always, man, I promise we always try to find a way to where it's not all the way our fault. And even if it's not, in that moment, is it better to just get through that part so we can really fix the issue and then come back to that? Or do do we have to force that right there? That'd be the problem. It's like, let's just, let's fix the parts that are fixable. Because the bulk of this main argument, we not fixing tonight. But there are things that's kind of going on in the midst of this. Now, I agree. After you get there, because we're older, so we usually try our best to slow walk that. The older we get, you know what I'm saying? If you get there, I don't know how to get myself down. I have to leave. So, but before I just won't get there. I don't think you can find a person that can. I haven't been there in years.
Do you give a shit enough about somebody to get there though?
No, I'm not gonna give you that much of me.
Right.
But now I've been taken there, like right at the edge one time, not so long ago, been a year or two. I've been right there. Bow. I'm like, listen, lady, I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna end up hurting you, and I don't do that at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the way our interactions are going, that's where it's gonna go. So rather than that happen, I got to bow out.
Mm-hmm. And it's easier that way. Then he said, like I said earlier, if he didn't give me time to process in a moment and it escalates, I'll do my contemplating on my cop.
That's fine. You going? I'll write you on them couple years. I'll send you a couple dollars in there. Because I think everybody says that until you have to really go, and you, go ahead on.
What's interesting is that me and my husband have completely switched. He used to be mad for days, and I would be like, "What we eating?" Now I'll be mad for real, and he'd be smiling. Of course, we're talking more and not waiting days, but it's funny compared to 10 years ago. I agree 100%, but that's crazy that you say it like that because the roles do switch. That's when I say every relationship is a project.
It is.
I say that
100%.
Because he taught you or you taught him how to not really sweat it. Like it is what it is. We disagree for a minute, but us women, when we get older, sometimes we hold on to stuff and it is what it is. We do. It is what it is. And so we have to leave to not be in a cot, because Denise just don't mind going. I mind going to jail.
Denise mind going to jail.
I mind.
Don't let her fool you. She got so much to be outside for. Kids grown and successful. Nah, she don't want that.
There are demons in jail, Denise.
They don't come for you, huh?
Okay. You can't whoop them all. You already locked down, okay?
Oh my God.
Cell block C, nothing.
Right, cell block C. Get out of here.
It's gonna be in there waiting for you, okay? And Charles, so Charlene a long time ago. Oh, y'all have been a riot tonight. Could a relationship survive infidelity if you wanted to?
Man, that's really the answer.
If you wanted to. And you do have to create boundaries to not continuously go through the same process over and over again if that's not what you want to do.
Yeah. I agree with that too.
Like it just is what it is. Right? Orange is not cute. Well, it depends.
That color orange, man.
Right. I was gonna say not that one. But women, I just want y'all to take more time to consider grace. What I learned tonight is y'all ain't got no grace at all. Like y'all just either shit or get on. Like there is you can't not give grace but expect it.
Oof. But then be lonely. Like we'll choose loneliness because in your mind, if it's not exactly how you pictured it in your mind, this ain't for you. It ain't right. And so you willingly choose loneliness. And it's cool, okay? It's okay. It's cool even sometimes while you working and you still doing for your, things are good. You still get to go on some trips with your homies, things of that nature. Where it starts being cool at is after you realize you ain't got no grandkids.
That it ain't cool no more.
You ain't got birthdays to look forward to no more. They'll call you maybe. They'll call you maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like you will see that choosing that for the long run is not your not the best way. Like I was saying, this chick was like, I think I'm ready now. I said, oh, that's what's up. I don't know what to I don't know. Like, go out to some clubs. I don't know what to tell you because I don't want what comes with that because we've, prioritized happiness over reality. A life. You know what I'm saying? Like full of putting everybody else first before you. That's seen as a negative thing. Like, I feel like this. When done right, because I think it can be taken advantage of. Don't get me wrong, but when done right, your kids and stuff supposed to come first. You're supposed to put yourself on the back burner for them, right? And your husband and your wife, you're supposed to put yourself on the back burner for her. Like it's supposed to be a mutual thing, but it can be taken advantage of. But after that happens and your kids are gone, now y'all should be able to come back together and strengthen yourself. And then y'all get to live your life now because you chose their betterment over yours, which is how it should be. Your kids should have a better springboard than you. Your kids should have a better springboard than you at their age. And that's our job as parents to get them that. So that means our stuff got to be put to the side. And that's how it should be, because that's what the construct of marriage and raising a family was, and it still should be. Like, I have guys who ask me this year, like, man, have you just moved here? No, I've been here 7 years. What? I'm just not seeing you. I've been there 15 or whatever the thing is. I'm like, no, I had little kids. I was in the house. Because that's who come first. I put them first. Now that they're older, Emery's driving, they ride together all these places.
Don't let him lie to y'all. He still put him first. Do not let him lie to y'all. The only reason why he was able to get out is because they had plans. That's the only reason why. I ain't saying this in a bad way. He left and was like, yo, love y'all, had a blast, but I gotta do this because I ain't seen them all weekend.
That's true.
So he's still they can be 25 and 30. He's still gonna put them first, in my opinion.
Ain't gonna do it.
And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I don't like how Emery try to clean it up like it's a bad thing. All right, I ain't that bad, but no. You are that guy. Like that.
I was out 3 straight days.
All right.
And I got kids at home.
I did too. I left mine in a whole other state. Maybe I'm just.
Had I left mine, it'd be different. When I was in Indy.
Sure.
When I was in Indy with Olympia and them, there wasn't no kids there.
That's true.
We closed it down every night, 3, 4 o'clock every single night.
You was that old. I'm just letting them know it's not just when they were little kids.
No, but I wouldn't have done that at all if they were little.
Oh.
I would have saw you for a few hours one day. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, they're still extremely important in my life.
Sure.
Maybe number one. I don't know. Maybe number one still. Maybe I have to look at that. But I know now I don't have to make sure they eat, even though sometimes they won't eat. I don't necessarily have to though now, because they're gonna eat. They're gonna fit, or starve. They're gonna, Right. But before, when they were little, like 5 and 10, I'm at home.
Yeah.
All the time. But now that I'm out more. You think? I mean, my job, I gig more. You know what I'm saying? Because I was saying all that because that's the construct of how it's supposed to go. So now that they're older, I get to start having me time again. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not there because Nate's still here. Nate's still 14. He's older, but I don't want to act like
he don't exist.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to check on Emery. You know what I'm saying? I really don't.
Like I said, we left. Well, my 22-year-old, is always here. So my 17-year-old is never alone. I know, right? He all about the bitches. So I just let him do what he do. But I definitely understand, because as I said prior, me and Eric is on the second story of building our home.
Right? That's true.
It was amazing us being out there for the weekend and people getting to meet him, and because everybody hear me talk about Eric, but don't nobody really see Eric, so people really don't know if Eric exists for real. He does. He does.
He's a whole vampire, nigga.
Whole vampire. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, women, we need to give a little bit more grace. Just a little bit. I'm not saying be a doormat, allow them to walk over you. I'm saying just give a little bit more grace, because you will see the reward once you soften up a little bit. Because we are quick to when we get into that state. We do.
If you think about it too, 80% of all divorces are filed by women. 80.
I didn't know that.
80 and 90% if you're college educated. Yeah, because if it don't serve me, again, nobody's saying be a doormat, Nobody's saying that, but I do feel like we are actually rolling off of our parents. You know what I'm saying? And like how bad they were treated. So we're the first generation after that movement. So it's like I got no tolerance for it at all, which is extreme and is unrealistic, and we're going to be lonely because of it. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we could teach our kids the long suffering part of love. No, long suffering doesn't mean be a doormat, and I think that's what it kind of used to
represent,
at least appear like it was the definition. You know what I'm saying? It's not, and it shouldn't be, but it is long suffering. You're gonna go through. You're not gonna like your spouse or your person most of the year. You know what I'm saying? And that's really not a bad. I'm not saying you should hate them or nothing like that, but you know what I mean. Like that's not. It's unrealistic to think y'all gonna gel and mesh, and every conversation is gonna be had with the right construct and
right.
Here's conclusion.
Right.
You know, you're gonna get mad because I keep the seat up. I'm gonna get mad because you don't never put it up for me. Like stuff, you know what I mean? Like it's just what it's gonna be. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't be together. You know what I'm saying? Because again, if we look at our lives, man, how good are we doing after that 80-20? And I'm not talking about 20-80. I'm talking about 80-20 relationships.
All right.
You know, how good are we doing after that?
Meaning, he paid the bills. He come home every night. He just got a knee high to inch guy, and that's just something you got to deal with. You know.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, we just got to get to it, man. If we keep our minds and our eyes on the prize, which is what we got married for in the beginning, we probably should write it down and revisit it on our anniversary week. That may be a good idea. Revisit our why and our goals for that year, and talk about it during the week of our anniversary. If we go somewhere or not, whatever we do. You know what I'm saying? I think that'll be the best way to kind of keep that stuff in mind, because it's hard for both parties. It's the woman has she got a lot of stuff going on with her in her mind and how she thinks, how she processes stuff. Men the exact same way, and it's selfish for us to get selfish. It's selfish to be selfish. And the only thing, I'm always giving to Kamisha. She gonna hear me now. I get it that you're frustrated and you're fed up, but how do you think that's gonna go over? Like after you do that, what's the end result? So do you want the result, or do you just want to do whatever you want to do? You know what I'm saying? And so if our relationships can survive infidelity if we want them to. That's where we boil them down at. If we want them to, then you'll go find the resources. Because just because you want it to don't mean it's going to happen.
Right.
You can want it to with all your soul. But if you don't have the tools to kind of take you there, you won't get there.
Right.
So could a relationship survive infidelity? If you wanted to.
Yep.
And we sure appreciate y'all being with us tonight as we kind of dissect and go through our, mix of our own lives with our friends and stuff we've heard, stuff we've read, and just trying to, help each other out. And I really appreciate y'all. I know Kamisha does as well.
Yeah.
Staying on with us and giving your input and laughing with us.
Accepting us for being who we are.
Mess ups and all. And
for real.
We really, 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 really appreciate y'all. Can't say it enough.
For real.
Thank y'all for another great crucial conversation. Crucial convo. Don't worry about it.
Period.
I am Emery.
And it's your girl F.L.O.R.
And we thank y'all so much. Till next week. Better.